What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Man Bun Strong. This is week one, doing a new program. I went on to startingstrongman.com and found a free 12-week program that I thought I'd try out. So this is week one of the program. The first part of the video here was purely an interval training. So from when I first downloaded the program to when I actually started doing the lifting itself. Yeah, let's take a look. So before actually starting out doing these tire flips, I was warming up, just warming up my lower back and my shoulders, and I did some body weight squats as well, just to get my legs nice and warm too. As you can see, I have my belt on and some wrist wraps too. I get to about this flip here, and I decided to take the belt off purely because it was just it felt really restricting, and I didn't really like the feel of it as I was putting the tire to my knee. So yeah, here I am without the belt, which the flips felt a lot cleaner and a lot faster. Yeah, I'd recently just put nailed blocks of wood along the tire, so that when I go to flip it, or when I go to put my hands underneath it, there's about that much space between the ground and the actual tire, so I'm able to actually get my fingers underneath the tire. Works for a better grip, and I'm able to actually, obviously get a better grip, and I can power up from the ground a lot faster. I timed myself just based off how long the video was on the camera, and each time was about a minute, just over a minute, of 6 flips. So for the tire flips themselves, I did 4 sets of 6 flips, and each of those sets were just over a minute. Which I'm quite happy with. I think I'm going to work on, obviously, time. Do as many flips as I can in a short amount of time. I had a friend that challenged me to see how long it would take me to do 10 flips. So that's going to be my next challenge. Then I worked into some sled drags. I'd made my own sled out of an old wheelbarrow, the barrow itself. It was getting rusty and yuck anyway, so I basically cut everything off and just tied a rope through the barrow, and the cinder blocks that I've got lying around at home I just chucked in. So it's about 40 odd kilos in there, I think, 60. Based on what the cinder blocks are, I don't know how heavy they are, but got myself some nice rope burn as well from that rope. And this was the cloud that was over top as I was finishing my training that day. So this marks the first part of my strongman training. So this was clean and press. It's a pretty terrible angle. You don't really get to see me. You kind of see my top of my armpits there. But clean and press was it's kind of a new exercise for me. I've never really done that movement before. It's always been the bench, squat, deadlift, compound movements, whereas this was new territory for me. So previous to actually doing these exercises, I'd watched a few videos on how to do it, technique and things like that. I feel like I've obviously got to work on it, but other than that, I was quite happy with the weights that I lifted. I got up to a set of 5 for 8 reps at, I think it was 80 kilos, and that felt good going up and down. I think this is the set here, and yeah, my grip felt fine, shoulders felt good, and the yank there. I mean, I could have easily gone up to 100 for a set, for a double. But I was kind of just focusing on form, technique, and seeing how many reps I can get out with that kind of weight. Then moved into some back accessory work, so just did some assisted pull-ups, and that was, I completed 4 sets of 8, and then I supersetted those pull-ups. 5 sets of 5 for pull-ups, and then I superset with face pulls. Get a nice pump in the back. There was, I think it was 5 sets of 5 for pull-ups and 5 sets of 20 for the face pulls and flying. I then moved into, which is also a new territory again for me, was the Z press, or the Z press, or however you want to say it, wherever you're from. So basically that's just working on your shoulders, getting that stability nice. I really felt it in my core. As I was pressing, you're working definitely a lot on stability, so when you're pressing, it works on the core too as well as the shoulders. And on that day it was, it must have meant to be, because there was the World's Strongest Man video playing in the gym, which I sort of stopped in between sets to watch. And then here I'm just pushing out some bicep curls, supersetted with tricep push downs with a band. I think definitely in strongman you need to have strong biceps to stop tearing. Tearing is one of the common injuries in strongman, so I think having strong biceps is definitely a plus. And then like I said here, into the tricep band push down. The elasticity of the band is good. It keeps the tension on the triceps all the way through the movement, and it's a really good exercise to get the triceps nice and strong. Then moved into, this was the next day, so day 2 of strongman training. So I started out with some front squats. Again, these aren't really a strong exercise for me, so it was new territory again, to be starting out with actually front squats rather than back squats, and it felt good. I felt nice and strong. Here I'm just front squatting 100 kilos for 5 reps. And then again I move into 105, I think. Move into 105 for a set of 5. And you can see as well I changed my grip. I only did that purely for the fact that I wanted to see what it was like, swapping from the bodybuilding hold to the Olympic lifting hold. And now I've moved into, I think that's, there was 110 before, there's 115, I'm pretty sure, 115. So that's a small PB for me. As you can see, I'm pushing out the reps, so I should easily be able to get to 120. That's the goal for front squats at the moment. Previous to this, my lunges here, I did 2 sets of 8 on 100 kilos back squat. and that went up and down really easily, really easily. That was the end of week 1, well, part of week 1 anyway. Stay tuned for more. I've still got 2 or 3 days left on week 1 for the Starting Strongman program. On to week 2.